Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, and we've all been there. We've put together a very tidy, organized, well-packed, virtually indestructible, flawless buy list order to send in to a big vendor. And you think to yourself, yeah, I care. I'm pretty adept at this. I read their policies. I put in a lot of effort. I followed the rules. I wonder, what fresh hell do they have to deal with from the bottom 5% of the IQ range? How would the borderline mentally unstable crowd handle sending in a buy list? Like, what's the worst that they've seen over the last couple years? So I went to a vendor and I asked them, holy crap, is it worse than I ever imagined? So shout out to the store that probably wants to remain anonymous, but if they, want to shout out or they don't care saying who they are, I'll pin the comment. I know who you are. I will say that they're in Canada, and Canada is basically just the Florida of the North. You get the weird news stories coming out of Canada. I mean, we're talking about a country where they have a holiday called Boxing Day, where you walk around on the street, and at any given time, you might hear somebody scream, "God save the Queen!" And that means you have 2 seconds to throw up a block because somebody's going to get 3 punches at you. It's a bit of an odd holiday. Pretty much every year, a lot of like elderly folks, they just get taken out. They honestly just forget what day it is, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh crap, boom, one shot KO. Now, I'm not going to judge other countries and their customs, but I'm going to judge the people who sent in these buy lists, because let's just jump into it. First up, somebody mailed in to them a brick of cards with one super hyper thick elastic, so like a rubber band but thicker, holding them together. Some cards were sleeved, some were not. You guys know that like rubber bands are the enemy, and we all have a story of, when we were 11 and we bought some Pokemon cards and we're like, oh, we're going to keep these together because I don't know. I honestly don't think deck boxes were invented yet. If they were, I was just too cheap to buy one. It's a 50-50 at this point. So, we put a rubber band on them and nicked the living crap out of the edges. Well, yeah, this person pretty much did. And they went for the extra thick one. Next up, cards packed in a box with cotton balls as the packing material. You guys know I resell on eBay like a lot. That idea has never even come up. They have the structural integrity of a Seattle barista. It'll collapse under the faintest application of force. I mean, I pride myself in stabilizing like sensitive electronics and glassware and stuff with like custom carved with a Swedish laminated steel carving knife. No joke. Low density polyethylene, like custom fitted corners with like painter's tape bracing it, 2 axis. I do a better job packing a $15 item than the original factory did. Now, when it comes to sending $1,000 worth of cards across the country, I might go buy a blanket at Goodwill and wrap it in that. I mean, we ain't playing when it comes to like big money. You know your boy's too cheap to buy the insurance, okay? If that shit gets lost, I'm getting $50, take it or leave it. Welcome to priority mail. But cotton balls, I suppose if you added enough, but you'd have to put like $50 worth. I mean, if you didn't have anything else, I mean, who the hell has like crumpled paper grocery bags or like newspaper anymore? I mean, what kind of responsible adult doesn't just have a box of like packing peanuts sitting around though? I mean, come on guys, come on. Next on the menu, we've got a brick of cards wrapped in Kleenex, as in, facial tissue, I believe would be the correct term. Although, as a proud Wisconsinite, I'm just going to call it Kleenex. Well, that provides about as much protection as a Seattle barista. I mean, they're like 90-pound vegans and they chain smoke. I mean, I'm just saying, it wouldn't be my first choice for a bodyguard, especially since, I've worked security, so I'll just be my own damn bodyguard. Oh, you know who for my Patreon/Discord I would choose to be my bodyguard would be Travis the Gaming Snorlax. Literally have no idea what he looks like whatsoever, but, just from the connotation, who doesn't want to be guarded by a Snorlax? What is this video even about? Oh yeah, don't wrap your card bricks in Kleenexes. At least put them in some Bounty or something, jeez. Oh, didn't read the next one before I said that. I was kind of skimming when I read this. Bricks of cards wrapped in paper towel. That reeked of cigarette smoke. At least it's a step up. That Bounty, that Brawny, it would stop a bullet, but like you can do, dishes with it. And those cards smell like smoke too. That's just, don't do that. I know people who will grade your entire collection down if it smells. Oh, this next one, I'm going to have to issue some kind of trigger/cringe warning. Okay, like, brace yourself. Cards not in sleeves, held in a brick. Oh, God. Why? With Scotch tape. Well, those outer cards are getting graded down a little bit. You know how hot it gets in the transport hubs and the trucks and the storage facilities? You're going to have a band of adhesive on that front card and the back card, I guarantee you. Who would do that? What kind of person? You know, even as a joke, I can't say, ha ha ha, I want to know, certain information about them because YouTube has no sense of humor. So pretend I made the joke. Oh, no. No, I just read the next one. You've got to be fucking kidding me. A human being would not do this to a company. They would not do this to cards. What the actual Okay. Let me collect myself enough to read this. It's already taken a couple tries. Cards in sleeves, mind you. I think you can follow the logic here. Cards in sleeves, literally wrapped in tape with the shipping info on the tape. No box or envelope. I just want a meteorite to end it, okay? We don't deserve to go on as a species if this is the worst that we can create right there. I mean, you've got, like, war criminals, you've got, like, mass murdering, serial killing psychopaths, and then you've got somebody who would wrap cards in just tape and then Sharpie job the address on the tape and just send it. You know the old Canadian meme? I'm just gonna send it. It's not meant to be taken seriously. What is wrong with you? Sometimes I take something in its original box, put it in another box for structural rigidity, and then put it in another box because I have trust issues. I don't care if it's USPS, UPS, FedEx, DHL, Slippery Steve's, Discount Logistics and Shipping Service and Bail Bonds. I don't trust any of them, okay? You guys remember, I used to work for FedEx, okay? Some of the delivery people are the problem. Some of the truckloading people are the problem. It's mostly the hub workers that are the problem. The people who unload the semis and planes, they are to blame. Just FYI. And US Postal, you got to put the bar lower. You basically got to be like, okay, well, at least they didn't shoot up their workplace. Or as it was called in the 90s, going postal. That's literally where the term comes from. Those guys, those government workers, they are going to snap any second. You know why? I think I just circled back and I just figured out something in my head. Because people do shit like this. People take, $500 worth of cards, I could imagine, put them in sleeves so they're protected guys. Those sleeves are basically a magical force field. Wrap it in tape, like clear-ass Scotch shipping tape, and then just Sharpie the damn address to it and put a stamp on it and send it. If I saw that more than once a year, it would start chipping away at my sanity, and just last month, maybe 2 months ago, whatever hunting season was, I saw a guy ahead of me at the post office with a super heavy box, and it's what us eBay sellers commonly refer to as a Franken box, where you take like 3 different boxes and tape them together, and it's really not any kind of geometric shape that can be described by science. They're still working on the definition for whatever the hell that monstrosity is. So Dr. Frankenstein ahead of me had, 50, 60, 70 pounds of venison that he was shipping to his son who had come to visit from another state, and then helped him, go shoot the deer or whatever. So it's like, yeah, I told him I'd send him half. And there was actual blood stains on the side and I think on the bottom. I think either they just didn't give a crap when they packaged it, or the plastic wrap job wasn't that great. Now, he did put dry ice in it. I'll give him that. That's actually pretty clever. That is how you do that. But my God, have I lost faith in humans' ability to put things in a box and send them across the country. Apparently, that's too high of a skill level. The bar is too high for some people. Then again, if you've seen the drink dispenser section at your local gas station, apparently putting liquids into cups is too difficult for mankind. Humans disgust me. If you can't put a damn lemonade in a cup and put the cover on without just bombing it onto the floor, that's fine. Everybody's different. Everybody has different skill sets, but you shouldn't be allowed to vote. I thought this was the last entry. I just scrolled down. They sent a part 2. Woo! Can't wait. Thumbs up if this is the greatest video on my channel. I know it's already top 5, and I don't know if you've seen the meme remix playlist, but that I set the bar frickin' to Olympic height. Those remixes are some of the dankest shit I've ever seen in my life, and I am like a level 99 meme wizard historian / necromancer. All right, we're starting off strong with a... Come on, people. Cut up cereal boxes. This was not even that bad. I mean, like, I would never do this, but I told people as a last resort, you probably got cereal boxes. But you didn't read the parentheses at the end yet. I did. Buckle up, bitches. There's a Shyamalan twist to this one. Cut up cereal boxes sandwiching the cards together. The same person that taped it without sleeves. So wait, they taped it without sleeves and then the box they used was cut up cereal boxes. What's the song from The Wedding Singer? Somebody kill me, please. I want to die. Oh, now we're moving on to collection drop-offs, which, I mean, you could get away with anything when you're hand delivering it, but I cheated. I cheated the book club here. I read ahead. First up, a Ziploc freezer bag with 200 some cards just yeeted in there, free to move around. I don't know if that's better or worse than like Scotch tape or rubber bands. I guess they're both equally likely to damage the cards. If you're gonna put it in a Ziploc bag, which by the way are actually surprisingly tough. I waterproofed a wiring job on the bottom of my last car. 5 years that thing lasted. 5 years, that's some good plastic. Ziplocs ain't playing. That stuff, it's moderately decent. But wrap it around and painter's tape the bag. Like, you can't just... You gotta get the bag down to the size of the brick. This one, okay, you can't really make too much fun of a classic because, I mean, who didn't do this when they were 8? Inside of an old school metal lunchbox, like an 80s style metal hinged lunchbox. You are going to ding the crap out of those corners, but... I mean, who hasn't done that? Come on, I've done it. I think it was like a cookie tin, but we've all done it. Come on. I mean, if you're going to destroy your cards on the way to selling them and get them all simultaneously graded down 30%, you might as well pick a traditional way to do it. Now, this one's shocking for a different reason. Probably at least $13,000 of basically pristine first edition Pokemon cards, boxes empty, binders, Japanese cards, promo cards from the first 12 sets, paid the guy $6,400 in cash, and he didn't bat an eye at that number. So basically, didn't try to negotiate, didn't say, well, this is my big opportunity, you know, that I held him this long or whatever. Not, hey, what percentage is that? Hey, is that a good deal? Not, oh yeah, that's close to my estimate. It's just, 6.4K, all right. Sounds good to me. And I don't think it was like the reverse sticker shock thing either. I think it was just like total disinterest. I mean, that's the way I read it. I love when people are like, oh, this coupon didn't ring up at the self-checkout for $1. I better call over the staff. And then they're like negotiating a mortgage for their house and they're like, an extra 0.1%. Well, yeah, whatever. It's like $50,000. Okay, that would be an expensive house, but it's several $1,000s. There's like an economic term for like focusing on the big stuff and letting the little stuff fly. It's like, it's not like opportunity cost, but it's like something like that. It's like the time value something. What the hell is wrong with this person? I almost wonder if that was stolen, but I know this shop. They're smarter than that. They would have caught on real quick. When first editions and over like a couple thousand is evolved, like you do some research. So I mean, I'm not going to say that that's even an option. And we're back to me wanting to punch people. A guy pulling out handfuls of Judge and promo foils from his backpack loose. He didn't say sleeved or unsleeved, but I mean, you know what? I don't want to think about it and I don't want to know. I do not want a clarification on that. Do not DM it to me on Discord. I would be like, excuse me, sir, we don't serve psychopaths here. Although it is Canada, so I mean, they would know that's not true. Another person just showing up with fake cards. Yu-Gi-Oh! Ones are, quote, amazing. I don't know what they specifically mean by amazing, like amazingly fake, or, well, in fact, what do they mean by fake cards? Like counterfeit real ones, or literally fake cards? Because I don't know if you guys have seen the literally fake Pokemon cards, but they printed Pokemon cards with like Yu-Gi-Oh! Level stats. So they have like 9,000 hit points. Like, we're talking, they didn't even come close to existing. I'd like to imagine that that's what they were talking about. I've actually seen a couple Yu-Gi-Oh! Ones that are outright blatant fakes, and you might think, well, that's way too crazy for Yu-Gi-Oh! They got, like, time-traveling robots and shit in there now. I thought it was, like, Egyptian, like, magic shit. They got like robot hackers and crap in the game now. Like what? They can basically just take like a Digimon and throw it on a card, and I'd be like, looks legit to me. I don't know. It's a freaking bunny rabbit with a Maudus on its head, a belt full of grenades and a Soviet flag. I'd be like, yeah, okay, yeah, sounds like something they would do. By the way, if you're wondering what I was wondering through all of this, they did clarify we always ask for the cards to be in the order they were on the buy list. So everybody who had them loose in a backpack, loose in a zipper bag, frickin' stuffed down the front of their pants or whatever the hell else they forgot to put on this list, they're not just irresponsibly transporting, but they're also not in order. So let me just read the direct quote here. We always ask for the cards to be in the order on the buy list, but sometimes people don't give an F and don't, or include cards we didn't approve. In other words, don't want. Well, you said you're not buying these, but I brought them anyway. Like, what? So that's like, okay, I brought you some MTG cards to sell, and it's about $100. Got them out of order, but you guys are gonna put them in order, right? And then I also brought you a 12-pound lobster. I mean, just in case you wanted to pay by the pound for that. I don't know if you guys were interested in that. You not only didn't say you bought lobster, but you specifically said you didn't and weren't interested. But I brought it anyway because, who wouldn't want it? Bad example. I mean, if the price is right, I'd buy the lobster. And the last one, I guess they ran out of batshit crazy stuff. The whole multiple versions of the card and like, oh, was it a promo pack? Was it a mystery booster? Like, does it have that little symbol in the bottom, or is it like a fake old frame, but it's not really the old one? Or, oh, my favorite, is it unlimited, revised, or third edition, two of which are the same thing? Not to mention the Mystic Archive. They literally wrote that, Mystic Archive. Or it's the wrong foreign language. I mean, guys, like, really? I mean, first of all, don't they all have a Romanized 3-digit or 2-digit language code in the bottom? Like SP for Spanish, IT for Italian, CS for Chinese Simplified? It's not that hard, guys. I know they haven't always done that, but still. And then, I mean, you don't have to learn the language to learn, like, oh, the one with a bunch of circles is Korean. If you see circles all over the place, it's not Japanese and it's not Chinese. This is not that hard, guys, and if you can't tell Russian, what the hell, really? So yeah, that was their quick overview that they wrote me about the craziest stuff just off the top of their head that they've seen for buy lists coming into their store in North Florida, aka Canada. I suppose I don't need to say it. You've probably already, half finished typing your craziest story if you work at an LGS that takes in buy lists. Leave it down in the comment section. If I were to throw in mine, I think you already know what it is. Somebody walked in trying to sell me a bunch of shit that was clearly stolen. They knew nothing about it. Every red flag you could imagine. I mean, just 5'7" meth addict looking 100-pound, the cigarette aura enters the door 10 seconds before he does. I'm surprised he didn't have an ankle bracelet on. I was super not in the mood. I gave him the old, we're not really looking at this kind of stuff, right now, taking in this stuff or this type of collection. Started to push it for about 2 seconds, which was about 1 second longer than my fuse that day. And I was just like, I know this is stolen. And he starts, trying to come around the counter, threatening me, yelling, how dare you? I'm going to, kill you, whatever. Pulled out my gun, ended it. Because he laughed, because he was like, oh, it's going to be like that about it. Yeah, I didn't see him again. Well, you won't get that in the nanny state of Canada where you're not allowed to defend yourself even in your own damn home. F*** you, Trudeau. Hope somebody breaks into your mansion, although you probably have armed security, you hypocrite. So that's your crazy Canadian buy list stories. Let me know what you thought of the video. And most importantly, do not be these people. Do not do any of this. Don't even do it as a prank. I guarantee you, 9 times out of 10, if you pull that old Christmas prank where you wrap it in duct tape, then you wrap it in a box, then you wrap it in a bag, then you wrap it in, there's got to be a song that goes with this. Haha, it's 20 layers and you get to the center, it's like one land card. Haha, funny prank. They will grade your shit down from now until eternity. They will write your name down on the wall and be like, oh, it's this guy again. Whoopsies, all the cards came in ripped in half. Oh shit. How'd that happen? In fact, you know what? Throw in some proper padding, put them in order. I like to use team bags or just fat pack boxes if I got enough. I mean, I got like 100 of them. Low density polyethylene, wrap, hard stuff, foam. Just like put some effort into it. Put the damn cards in order. And then maybe sprinkle a couple some peppermint hard candies on the top or something that won't melt in the mail. I can't think of any candy that won't melt in the mail, but what the hell, if it's winter, I mean, and it's not going to California, I mean, or just do. The climate's so nice here. It's such a paradise. It's a failed state Democrat welfare shithole, and now you got a big ball of sticky cards and no water to wash it off with. I mean, I've actually seen some people draw really, really good fan art, and they include that in the box, so, they can put up something in their office or whatever. Or, people got, I got a $4.77 Subway gift card, freaking throw that in there. Just, Sharpie job, a little, free bonus for the sorting staff, Write that on there. I mean, appreciate your card sorters, okay? It's hard work. I've had to sort, I don't know, whatever 360 pounds of cards is. However many that is. I've had to sort them, and I had a week to do it, and by about halfway through, I wanted to actually die. Just go find a magic meme on the internet, print it off, throw that in the top so that they can have a laugh before they go back to their miserable job that makes them lose all faith in humanity, especially when people send in crap like this. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for the mystery store in Canada that sent in these wonderful accounts, and I'll see you guys next time.